Here's the Wavegenius Elliott wave forecast for November 6, 2013 on the S&P 10-day 1-minute chart. Basically, we're looking at now. What was I thought was in the S&P was be a zigzag rally in third wave, but it turns out like that we gapped down when we should have broken out into a zigzag, out of a zigzag into a third wave. So I was expecting a gap up three, or at least a grinding three to start. So we got the zigzag and rally above the top of the B wave. It closed the top of the B wave. But then we gapped down this morning and then rallied again. So this formation right here is starting to get a little bit confusing unless we gap up above 1769 or 1768 and a quarter in the S&P. Futures up are about 3.5 right now, S&P. So we could gap above 1767, and if the futures do swell up, hopefully, then they could set up a third wave. It'd be 1, 2, 3 off the today's gap down, the gap down low. And what surprised me was the gap. I mean, I did not expect this thing to gap down like this, but thankfully we recovered, and then still have the third wave set up in place. But when you get a zigzag and rally that takes out the top of the B, there's a good, like almost 8 times out of 10, or maybe 9 times out of 10, it turns to a third wave. But this one was delayed by some idiot who, whatever, I don't know what happened. So we gapped down, and then they bought it back, and then set up another third wave. But like again, tomorrow we need to take out at least 1768 and a quarter at the open and sustain a move over 1771 to keep this possible third wave scenario intact. For the Dow, essentially we have almost the same formation. Actually, that's kind of a good formation because we might have got an ABC zigzag with two B's, double B. So we have usually zigzags are just one B, but this one could have two B's. So we have A, B, C with two B's, and the C wave is actually had enough distance to be a C wave. So this could actually be a zigzag with two B's. But things are the Dow needs to take out at least the top of the second B, which is 15,660. So if we take that out, that is up a third wave. And hopefully, like futures are up about, I think about 40 or 50 in the Dow. So there's a good chance we could take out the top of the B at the open tomorrow. For the NASDAQ, we have basically the same type of formation, ABC. And this gap down could have been really, really bad. It literally could have been really, really bad. Because I thought, like, oh crap, that's going to be a big C wave that'll drop us to as low as, like, I don't know, 39.70, or excuse me, 38.70. Instead of sustaining the downward gap, they bought it immediately. So I literally thought, I was like, why did we get a zigzag rally and gap down? I was like, how is that possible? So I'm thinking there was a big screw job. They tried to stop the third wave, and then they realized they couldn't stop it, and the third wave formed anyway. So I'm a kind of a conspiracy theorist. I do believe there's certain people out there who want things not to happen. So I figured, I'm not saying this is true or not, but like when they see my setups form and they're short, they will try their best to stop it. Just as a conspiracy, just the way it gapped down this morning, I was very surprised. But the fact that we rallied back, well, I was not very surprised. Because the intention of this move is a zigzag rally in the third wave. So the natural forces came into play. So when the unnatural forces tried to stop it, the natural forces came in, and then essentially what we're seeing right now is another third wave setup. So by nature, the market is supposed to go up. By unnature, quote unquote, the gap down was an attempt to stop the third wave, and they failed miserably. That's a wrap.